thank for having me here and for this hour. And yes, I do remember Sulabha. Just now I'm telling you were a college student like that, etc. Now I'm telling. So, yeah, for this many years experience, what I have been observing is many times persons with disabilities, the main challenge what they face is people just like that take decisions on behalf of them. Suppose any suppose they need to travel to some other place, work related any because of any task. Then without even asking them, the seniors will decide that this option, this offer we can give it to some other person. So like that, even recently when I attended one program, also there one of the persons, actually she has been passionately working for inclusion. But even then she was telling about job mapping and which jobs can be done by persons with disabilities, which cannot be done. The disability may come into in performing their duties like that. Then, though I went, I thought a minute whether to disagree on the stage or not, but I could not stop. Being there on the stage, I could not keep quiet. I told her, this point, sorry, I cannot agree. First of all, I don't like the job mapping because of basing on disability. Because job mapping should be done by any leader basing on the skills the colleague is having, not because of their disability. So I hate that job mapping, first thing. And second one is, disability is not coming into in the performing of their duties. What is coming in the way is, the organization is not upgraded to the level where they can include everyone, where they can provide opportunities for everyone. Suppose if you are my boss, and if I am working with you, any mobile job is there. Will you give it to me or not? You may think that she is a wheelchair user, how she can go, like that you may think. But now airlines are supportive and there are accessible transport opportunities and even hotel rooms are accessible. With all these facilities, if we arrange, then I can go and do that job, right? So in that way, organizations they will start asking, yes, whether this hotel is accessible. I need an accessible hotel only. I need accessible transport agencies only. Then this entire world will start thinking about inclusion. So in that way, we can make this world more inclusive.
Thank you so much. And mental health. Across the countries where I have been working, and I've seen that for many years, only recently, we are seeing programs around business shifting beyond that maternity program. Everywhere, whether development, whether touch. So now we see that there is a change in animation and women around the plastic.
Seeing as a progressively being a huge force to the economy, to the society, and so on. It's everywhere as well. Women, and unfortunately, it's still the reality that everywhere, whether developed country or developing countries, women still struggle to be there in the forefront. Maybe in developed country, maybe more program towards showing leadership, presence in parliament, decision making in the boardroom, while in developing countries we are still seeing issues in regard to survival, access to care, access to work, domestic violence. Now more and more we are seeing that mental health is seen as very, very crucial and very important for as part of it's absolutely very important for women to be recognized, not only through maternity, but as well the entire well-being. Just for the funny part of it, my younger daughter, when she sees me upset, she goes around and tells to my husband, "Happy wife, happy life." So wake up.
The whole thing.
Yeah. So it's very important, and everything starts from home. the way how we raise, and this is a call to all men being here, to all the gentlemen being here, that as women we know wherever we are, it doesn't matter which country we come from, we know our rights, we know our capacities, we know our strengths, but the environment around is very, very crucial to be an enabler, not just for supporting and doing something extra for us. We are a great power and force, so we need to be there. So thank you so much for having me here. And
it depends on the company culture, as Mr. Chandrasekaran has rightly pointed out. Because I work in tech, particularly in IT, and it's the only company that I have been with throughout my career. I would rather say it as it is with the individual also. Company culture and the individual plays a major role. As an individual, as a tech-oriented person that I am, and whatever I have studied, I would always want to be knowing or what is happening in the industry. So keeping yourself updated, upskilling yourself to what is happening in the tech industry is very crucial. That's what I would want to say to the upcoming people in the tech industry particularly. Not just tech, any industry with the technology advancements that are happening, you have to be open enough to learn, keep learning and keep upgrading yourself and be ready to accept the challenge. Lot of time, that is what I have done. I've done all these mistakes. That's why I'm saying here. And I've learned it in a harder way. It was not that the opportunity was not given, but a lot of times we have a fear that I don't know the tech. I don't know, because technologies keep changing. There are newer things coming up. When we want to do it and then there is an opportunity, it will be like, oh, I don't know this, I'll have to. And women generally have a feeling that we have to be master in what we are doing and then only we'll take it up. That will never happen. By that time the technology would have changed. So when there is an opportunity, accept the challenge. If you have that self-learning capabilities, you can learn on the go. You can get help from people. These are some things which we don't do. We want to do everything ourselves, do multitasking. I would say rather prioritize, keep the priorities straight. So a lot of time we talk about work-life balance. We always worry about you need to balance your work at office and you need to take care of your office, at home. I would say the work-life balance is a balance of three things. So it is your time at office, your time at home, and your time for yourself. So that is something which a lot of time we miss, and as we progress in our career, all health-related issues, be physical, mental health. When you allocate time for yourself, it could be for your self-learning or it could be for anything. It's easy for you to do. So that balance is what is important, and it is to do with the individual and the company culture. And one word of caution, because there are a lot of men here, and Madhavi rightly pointed out, I think it's a natural instinct, particularly maybe, I don't know, outside in India or wherever we are in, that when you want to assign a work, a lot of assumptions come into place. Okay, I'm not saying anything wrong in that, but that comes naturally in a brotherly, in a fatherly affection. What could be whatever it comes. Oh, she's on a family way. She might get married. She has a kid who is going to take a board exam. She has elders at home whom she has to take care. Yeah, it's all there. We all understand your concerns, but do not assume. Let the choice be hers. Keep it open on the table. Taking it up or not taking it is her own choice. So I keep telling this to my friends wherever I go, to my male colleagues or male friends whom I meet, because it comes, nobody's told this. So when I tell them, then they start thinking, oh yeah, why should I assume? Let it be hers. So the choice, be it at home or be it at work, let it be hers. Leave it open on the table is what I would want to leave it with the gentlemen. And for the women folks here, it is the balance, the right balance that you set up, and setting up your priorities right will always take you long places. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Women in Big Data as an organization, when I started, this was right in the middle of COVID or the pandemic. While this was a humanitarian crisis, it was also an opportunity for getting women back to the workforce. Women who struggle to commute long distances are not able to do that. Digital actually came to them as a blessing. I saw a lot of women come back to the workforce, especially armed with digital skills. And that's why Women in Big Data was born. Over the last 3 years of interacting with women from different parts of the country, and I'm talking about tier 2, tier 3 cities and towns, some of them we've not even heard of, and they've not had the opportunity to, talk to leaders, to industry practitioners, because of the remote possibilities that they had. And what Women in Big Data, and for me personally, was really encouraging to see these passionate women look at the 3 things that I found, and I felt that they were struggling with. One was access to industry. Second was the fact that they didn't have a mentor. They didn't have someone who could actually guide them, counsel them. And I've spoken so much. Today I think we spoke about mental health and how a facilitation or somebody who can listen to them is something that they were looking for. And when I spoke, I've spoken to about 100, 150 women over the course of last 2 years of running this organization. And I'm proud to say that about 50% of those women have actually returned to the workforce with confidence. And that's a huge number for me, and really because they have the passion. It's just that they didn't have the right pathways, or rather the right mentor who could actually bring them back or counsel them or guide them. The first is lack of confidence in the access, the second is lack of mentorship, and the third is the organization were not looking them as demographic dividends that they could sort of capitalize on. And this is something which now, with the returnship programs many organizations now have, I feel that women can really, really bring back that dividend to the organization, not in just terms of profit, both top line and bottom line, but also in terms of providing the organization the growth that they're all looking for. So that's how I see women sort of capitalizing this and the challenges that they can overcome when they're returning with the second innings.
Thank you so much for that. There was such a childlike happiness when she just touched her face on the way to the stage. Nothing says a mother's happiness for her children.
அது எனக்கு ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா, எல்லாரும் இந்த மாதிரி ஆனர் பண்ண மாட்டான் பேரண்ட்ஸை. நீங்க என்னை கூப்பிட்டு ஆனர் பண்ணினதுக்கு முதல்ல எங்களுக்கு எனக்கு ரொம்ப இங்கிலீஷ் பேச வராது, ஆனால் என்னுடைய டாட்டர் ரொம்ப ப்ரௌடாக இருக்கு. ஏன்னா ஒரு மதரும் இது மாதிரி டாட்டரை சன்னை கொண்டு வரணும். ஏன்னா அவன் ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு all parents behind the childrenக்கு நிச்சயமா நீங்க எல்லாரும் இருக்கணும்னு நான் பிரார்த்தனை பண்ணிக்கிறேன். இன்னொரு விஷயம், என்னுடைய டாட்டரை முதல்ல அவன் படிச்சது தமிழ் மீடியம். நான் தமிழ் மீடியத்தில் படிச்சு தான் ஆகணும். என்னுடைய சரௌண்டிங் அப்படி, நான் கிராமத்து பொண்ணு, எனக்கு படிப்பு கிடையாது. அந்த காலத்து யூஎஸ்எல்சி. அதனால எனக்கு எப்படியாவது இவளை படிக்க வைக்கணும். எனக்கு ஒன்லி ஒன் டாக்டர் தான், எனக்கு சன் கிடையாது. அவளை எப்படியாவது படிக்க வைக்கணும், சன்னாவும் இருக்கணும், அவள் டாக்டராகவும் இருக்கணும். அப்படி ஒரே எய்ம் தான் எனக்கு. என்னுடைய சூழ்நிலைகள் எப்படி இருந்தாலும் அதெல்லாம் ஒதுக்கி வச்சுட்டு அவளை நான் படிக்க வச்சேன். அதுக்கு தகுந்த மரியாதையை இன்னைக்கு அவள் எனக்கு அவன் அமெரிக்காவில் படித்தா. அமெரிக்காவில் படித்த போது நான் ஒண்டி தான் போனேன். 3 வாட்டி போனேன். எனக்கு ஒரு இங்கிலீஷும் தெரியாது, ஒன்றுமே தெரியாது. அந்த காலத்தில் போயிட்டு நான் வந்துட்டேன். இவர் கூட வரல. அப்போ சொன்னேன், அப்போவே அவள் எல்லாம் மார்க் போட்டு கொடுப்போம். அம்மா நீ டேர்ன் திஸ் வே ஏர்போர்ட்டுக்குள்ளே போனோடனே கையில் பைய வச்சுப்பேன். ஒரு பை 2 பை கிடையாது, நான் தான் முட்டை முட்டையாக எடுத்து விடுவேன். அவளுக்கு முறுக்கு கட்டளை எல்லாம் கையில் தான் இருக்கும். அப்போ சொல்லுவோம், அம்மா ஏம்மா இதெல்லாம் கொண்டு வரேன் அப்படிம்போம். பரவாயில்லம்மா கண்ணு, உனக்காக தான் கொண்டு வரேன் அப்படின்பேன். அப்போ நான் அவனோட ரூம்குள்ளே இருக்கிறபோது அவங்க எல்லாரையும் கூப்பிட்டு இன்வைட் பண்ணுவோம், எல்லாருக்கும் ஆனர் பண்ணுவோம். அவங்க பெஸ்ட் அவளுக்கு என்னன்னா, இந்த 4 வருஷம் படிச்சதுக்கு ஃபுல்லாக கடைசியில் அவன் இது வாங்கிட்டான். அம்மா நீ பணங்கள்லாம் செலவு பண்ண வேண்டாம், எனக்கு ஸ்காலர்ஷிப் கிடைச்சிடும் பாரு அப்படின்னா. அதே மாதிரி பட் விமன் சாதிக்காது எதுவுமே இல்லை கண்ணு. இந்த லேடிஸ் எல்லாம் ஒன்றும் செஞ்சாக்க நம்ம இந்தியாவில் நம்பர் ஒன்னா இருந்தாக்க மாமியார் இருக்கட்டும், மாமனார் இருக்கட்டும், அம்மா இருக்கட்டும், அப்பா இருக்கட்டும், குழந்தைகளா இருக்கட்டும், எல்லாத்தையும் தாண்டி நீங்கள்லாம் வந்துடுவேன். அது வெரி கிரேட். அது இப்போ வந்துட்டு குழந்தைகள்லாம் நீங்கள்லாம் ரொம்ப 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 சமத்தாகவும் ஹேண்டில் பண்ணிடு, குடும்பத்தை ஹேண்டில் பண்ணிடு. என்னுடைய டாக்டர் என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னா காத்தால வந்திருப்போம், எழுந்துட்டு சுவாமி மகள சுவாமி, அதுக்கு பிறகு குழந்தைகளை பார்ப்போம், அதுக்கு பிறகு ஹஸ்பண்டை பார்த்துட்டு எல்லா ஒர்க்கும் பண்ணுவோம். சான்ஸ்கிரிட் தெரியும் அவங்களுக்கு, ரொம்ப நல்லா ஸ்லோகங்கள்லாம் சொல்லுவோம். நான் வந்து மடி ஆச்சாரம் மடிச்சா வச்சு கட்டிட்டு இருப்பேன். என் மாமியார் கீழே நான் இருக்கணும். சின்ன குழந்தையா இருக்கிற போதே 2வது படிக்கும்போது 2 வருஷம் படித்தா. அப்புறம் தமிழ் மீடியத்தில் நான் படிக்க மாட்டேன்னு 2 மாதம் இங்கிலீஷ் கற்றுண்டு அப்புறம் இங்கிலீஷ் மீடியத்தில் படித்து 99% வாங்கினார். டாக்டருக்கு கிடைச்சது, என்ஜினியர் கிடைச்சது. இன்ஜினியர் எடுத்துக்கிறேன்னா சரி எடுத்துப்போம் அப்படின்னும். எதுக்கு சொல்ல வரேன்னா, என்னுடைய டாக்டர் இந்த இடத்துல இருக்கிறது நீங்க எல்லாம் ஆனர் பண்ணிடுறது, இவ ஆனர் பண்ணுது. இது திஸ் இஸ் த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் என்னுடைய லைஃப்ல. நான் எனக்கு இதுக்கு மேல பெருமை எதுவும் வேண்டாம். ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு இந்த பெருமை நான் பிரார்த்தனை பண்ணிக்கிறேன். எல்லா குழந்தையும் இந்த குழந்தை நல்லா பேசுறா, அந்த குழந்தை நல்லா பேசுறா, மொத்த டாக்டர் வந்து வாங்கிக்க ரொம்ப எனக்கு பெருமையா இருக்கு. நம்மளுடைய இந்தியா வந்து ஒன்லி தட். ஆனா ஒன்று சொல்லிக்கிறேன், பேக்ரவுண்ட் ஃபுல்லா அவ ஹஸ்பண்ட் இருக்கா, அவ ஃபேமிலி இருக்கா, நிச்சயமா ஹஸ்பண்ட் இருக்கா. ஹஸ்பண்ட் இல்லைன்னா ஒரு விமனால உள்ள வெளியே வர முடியாது. அதனால அவளுக்கு ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் பண்றேன். இந்த பெருமையை வந்து மேல மேல நிறைய 95 இல்லை 100% லேடிஸ் வந்து எல்லாரும் வந்து பின்னாடி ஃபேமிலியில அவளுக்கு வந்து உறுதுணையா இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு நான் பிரார்த்தனை பண்ணிக்கிறேன். தேங்க்யூ
It is my great honor to introduce Dr. Shanti Ranganathan and this year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Dr. Ranganathan is a Padma Shri awardee and a pioneer in the field of addiction treatment. Stemming from her own personal experiences, she founded the T.T. Ranganathan Clinical Research Foundation and has transformed the lives of countless individuals and families. What started out as an outpatient service has grown to a 70-bed residential treatment center for individuals and families, and it continues to grow today. To be able to introduce Dr. Shanti is a real big honor for me. Personally, I was a young 19, 20-year-old coming here to India in the middle of college, completely confused in life, lacking direction. My parents took me to see Dr. Shanti and her treatment center. At that time, they hoped it would provide inspiration and some direction, and it did, resulting in my chosen career path. More importantly, what I came away with was the change and impact starts with one person, and how each individual matters to Dr. Shanti as if they were the only person. You may not have changed the world with just one person, but you have changed that one person's world forever. That's a direct quote from her when I was 19. And that is the crux of everything that Dr. Shanti does every day.
அதை பத்தி அவமானப்படாதீங்க, உதவி கேட்க தயாரா இருக்க. உங்களால குடிய விட முடியும், நல்ல ஒரு வாழ்க்கையை வாழ முடியும்.
alcoholism in India or in Asia. Abstinence is important, and there has to be a change in his lifestyle. It was a challenge when we started the center to make the people, the public as well as the professionals, to understand an alcoholic needs care, compassion and treatment. Over a period of time, we were able to create at least some dent in the community. People see it now as a disease and they refer them for treatment. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you once again to be in front of all of you, and I really want to thank Mindful and Ewolv platform for giving me this opportunity to be with all of you this evening. It's wonderful to see the outstanding women being recognized as part of this evening celebrations. Hats off to them, and a lot to learn from whatever they have gone through in their life. I think some of those things we need to emulate in our own lifetime. And the broader topic of today's evening is actually about mental health. Now, talking about mental health, I can't tell you how important it is. Many of us who have been in the organizations, we talk about the technical skills or on-the-job skills, managerial skills, cross-functional skills. But one important aspect that we all miss, and I'm sure of late the realization has come, is the aspect of mental health, which is actually the foundation for anybody as an individual or as an organization to be successful. Now, we keep reading in the newspapers about students going through a lot of stress. We have even heard cases of suicides in some of the reputed institutions, coaching centers. It's all because of the peer pressure, right? That's at the student level, as early as that. And all of us are familiar, having been part of various organizations. We all know what level of stress one endures as they build their career. So the most important thing that we need to address is really the stress aspect, the mental health aspect. If I have to sum it up, happier employees leads to companies' success. I think the realization has to come. And just as we look for, various skills that for the person to be performing well on the job, it is also important to assess the mental health of individuals so that you can really map the right area of opportunity for those individuals. And I believe there are a number of tools that are available that will help you to assess the individual strengths, weakness, so that you can map those individuals for the right type of job. That's one. And second is, the stress comes from various factors, the macroeconomic factors which are not really under our control, right? All of us talk about, everybody is talking about the immigration challenges that the new Trump administration will bring. We don't know what's going to come, right? But it poses some risks, some stress for people who are aspiring to go and settle there and pursue their career, right? So it leads to stress. So there are a lot of factors, macroeconomic factors that we cannot control, but they are there. That lead to stress and mental health issues. Then there are organizational specifics. There are business challenges that leads to stress. But what is important is really to identify the areas of stress and fix those. And the earlier the organization fixes those problems, the better it is going to be for everybody. Now, I talked about it during in the panel discussion. The work culture of the organization is very important. The organization needs to promote a very open culture where everybody feels free to discuss ideas, problems, issues, so that collectively we can solve all the problems. If that type of an environment and ecosystem is created within the organization will definitely flourish. There will not be any stress point within the organization leading to mental health issues. Then how can organizations really help individuals identify such issues? Many of these problems we don't know. We don't know why we are stressed, right? what can be done, right? So there are a lot of tests that are available. I think Sridhar also talked about this Ewolv platform where women can do a self-assessment and collectively, without sharing the individual data at an organizational level, you can really do a lot of analytics around the data and identify what are the core areas that the organization may be facing as a challenge. That sort of leads to mental health issues in the organization, so we can identify proactively and fix those. So there are a number of tools and platforms that are available today for us to identify mental health issues at an individual level and collectively at the organization level. And if you proactively take these platforms, use them, we can easily fix those issues, or at least definitely reduce the issues, right? So I think it's important for us to realize the need for addressing the mental health issues. As I said earlier, we need to have our employees happy. Only happy employees will perform the job with their heart, and if they perform the job with their heart, the end result is going to be outstanding. So earlier we identify mental health issues, use these tools and platforms that are available to address them, identify them and address them, the better it is going to be for the individuals as well as for the organization. So with those words, I just want to thank once again the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Very nice to be here and good evening.
Mr. Chandrasekaran, thank you so much. Mr. Sandhya, Pentareddy, thank you. All the awardees, each one of you, thank you. You made this event memorable. Our panelist, Ms. Surendran, thank you so much. I'm truly grateful to our investor, Mr. Gunaman Ved, Mr. Suresh Vesamandu for making time for us. Thank you so much. A big thank you to Sriram and Satish. Satish isn't here, but we wouldn't be here without them. So thank you so much. And a special thanks for our supporting team. Sulabha, you were awesome. Thank you so much. Toss the coin. All of you guys, you were incredible. And our event partner, Bala, thank you so much. This was done in 90 minutes, this whole setup. So thank you so much. Hilton, of course, for your hospitality. And before I end, I think I must thank two important groups. One, all of you. You inspire us. The very fact that you all came here makes us work harder for our mission. And thank you for being here. Thank each one of you. And second, my team at Ewolv. They actually stand for what Ewolv is. They are incredibly dedicated and hardworking, and they're extremely passionate for this cause. Thank you so much.